Coming to the stage. This is actually his first time on stage, so you guys be nice. Yes. He's a very funny man, ladies and gentlemen. The very funny Todd Reese.
How's everybody doing? Alright, you ready for some more laughs? That's good, because the comic right after me is hilarious. Let's take this off. You guys ever seen a gimp do the moonwalk? Would you like to? Alright, hang on. Yeah! Alright. That's it. Alright, good. You want to see me tap dance? Yeah, so would I. Yeah, well, no, I've been in this wheelchair since I was 22, almost 20 years ago. I fell off a roof, helped my dad change the antenna. Every Sunday night I'd call him up and say, "Hey Dad, did you enjoy that game on ESPN?" I remember that day though. I was unconscious, but I woke up in the ambulance briefly, and I knew immediately I was paralyzed. And there was a EMT woman, laying across me, putting an IV in my arm or something. And all I could really think was just lay back there and think, nice tits. And next thing I remember, the doctors asked me, who was the president? When was my birthday? Did I have a shitload of insurance? Did I have a set of golf clubs that I no longer needed? But I kind of had a bad attitude at first. People would assume that, or I thought they'd assume that I needed help. They were just being kind, but I think they assumed I needed help and I really didn't. And so I get all pissed and shit. And, like somebody just be opening the mall door for me or something, and I'd get mad and I'd say, "Hey, do you want my shopping list too?" I'll just wait here. You got enough money? But my attitude improved eventually. Now people open the door for me and I'll smile and I'll say thank you, and then I'll intentionally run over their foot. I noticed early on though that people would offer me unsolicited help, and whether it was going up a hill or getting in and out of my car or opening a door or whatever, but nobody ever offered their assistance in the bathroom. I don't know why that is, but I had to wait years for somebody to offer that, and then finally I got a new job, and I walked in the office bathroom, and my new boss walked in right behind me, and sure enough, he asked me, he says, "Do you need any help?" And I don't even know what he had in mind, but I had to say, "Yeah, can you hold my dick for me?" I don't work there anymore. No, I was making fun of my dad, but my parents are cool. They were just so young when they had me. My dad was barely shaven, my mom was still a virgin. I took advantage of that a lot. I got in a lot of trouble in like middle school and stuff, but mostly just for smart ass type of stuff. I had this 8th grade algebra teacher. His name was Mr. Fulkerson, and just right in his face I call him Mr. Fuckerson. That's not funny, man. That's mean. Man, you guys are sick. I was mean to my little brother too. I used to sit on his chest and pin him down. And then when he started screaming, "Mom!" I'd spit in his mouth. But I don't know. I went to college. That made my parents happy. But I think what made them the happiest was me just moving out. But I never knew what to major in. I must have had 7 or 8 different majors. But my favorite major was definitely English, because girls, at least 20 years ago, I don't know about now, but they liked aspiring writers. And it was easy to be an aspiring writer, you didn't even need any talent. I met my wife down on 6th Street, and we just hit it off instantly. I liked the fact that she was French and she was a 1st grade school teacher, and she liked the fact that I was an aspiring writer. And you know, we dated for less than a year, and I figured I better hurry up and marry her. I was getting tired of, you know, pretending to be nice all the time, and she was a little suspicious because I never actually wrote anything. But anyway, you know, I like to tease my wife. It's all good-natured fun. Like one time she made the mistake of taking me with her into a lingerie store in a mall in San Antonio, and the sales girl came up and asked if we needed any help, and I grabbed a pair of crotchless panties off the rack and said, "Yeah, do you have a dressing room where I can try these on?" You know, man, my wife was so embarrassed. I mean, we knew what size I wore. But anyway, we have a son, a 9-year-old son. Any other dads in here tonight? None? Not one back there? Did your wife change after your first kid?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, as soon as the kid's born, I mean, suddenly life is serious. It's no more joking around. You know, and that's fine. You know, I think, you know, kid needs at least one serious parent. But and she expected me to grow up immediately too. And you know, I mean, 9 years later, my son's more mature than I am. I was present for my son's birth. That was a really beautiful experience. It really was. You know, and you always hear about how painful childbirth is and everything, and I'm here to tell you, it didn't hurt at all. But kids are expensive, man. I mean, my son, you know, he likes to ride bikes and scooters and skateboards with his friends and stuff, and he came up to me and told me, you know, he needed a new bicycle like his friend Eric's. And I said, well, you know, what makes Eric's bike so much better than the one you already got? And he said, well, it's 4 pounds lighter. And I told him he could save me a lot of money if he just lost 4 pounds. But anyway, you know, I think my kid, you know, well, he told me he wanted to be a professional baseball player, and, you know, that's a lot better than his first professed career goal to be a HEB truck driver. But I think that he's just saying that just because he thinks that's what I want to hear. And I told him, you know, he can be anything he wants to be, just as long as he makes millions of dollars a year and takes care of his mom and me for the rest of his life. You know, but it's fun being a kid. I just don't want him to have the same kind of fun that I did. You know, when I remember having a lot of fun with the little girl next door. When we were about 7, she was over at our house playing, nobody else was around, and so I said, you know, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. And she says, no way. And I said, oh, well, I'll show you mine anyway. So it worked out. She showed me hers too. And that's all I got. Thank you very much.
Top 3, let him hear it.